Hi, I'm Seth Bernstein. I'm the editor of PR News, and we're here in New York City for PR News' annual Most Powerful Women in PR Awards. And I'm here with Melissa of Melissa and Doug, Melissa Bernstein, the co-creator, the co-founder, and the chief creative officer of Melissa and Doug. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great
Thanks
to have
for having me.
Great to have you here. Where are you based?
We are based in Wilton, Connecticut.
So it wasn't too bad a ride for you today.
Not too bad. Nope.
Okay. Well, the first question we have for you here, Melissa, you're a big believer in being willing to let people fail to achieve success. So how does one silence or at least manage the critic within us all?
Wow. It's starting with a deep
It's
one.
a heavy question, yes.
So it's much easier said than done, but it's about everything we're talking about today. It's about being in the present and being mindful. So the inner critic, that voice that is always telling us not to take risks, the fear-based voice is in our heads. And when we're in our heads, we are always fearful, right? We're always scared to take risks and try things and thinking we can't do them. But when we are in our heart, we are experiencing all there is to experience. And, you know, Melissa and Doug, we focus on childhood and play is always in the present. Play is in the heart. And when you play, you're never scared to take risks. You're never scared to fail because you're just playing. It's all part of the experience. So I think we have to get out of our head and more into our heart where we can feel free to squeeze all there is to squeeze out of life and take risks and fail and not care because we are just living.
Okay. Second question, Melissa. Great answer, by the way. Second question is, you, of course, communicate and message your story about Melissa and Doug Toys. Do you have any advice for our PR professionals here today on how to best storytell and message for their brands?
So with us, it's about everything. It's about transparency and authenticity. And I think the reason it's fairly easy to tell our story is because it's truly authentic. It's emanated from us from 30 years ago when we started. And I think the easiest way to tell a story is when it's truly authentic. So I would advise the women in PR to sponsor those brands, to support those brands where their story is truly authentic. And if not, to find that thread of authenticity in whatever story they're telling, because that will resonate best with everyone. I mean, honesty and truth always do.
Okay, great answer. Let's go back to that first question. Can you give us one pointer on getting out of our head and into our heart? Anything that works for you?
I mean, it's playing more. So anything that gives you true joy without a goal or a rank or a grade associated with it. So like on the way here, to get out of my head before talking today, I listen to music. That's one of the best ways. I listen to these rockin' tunes that make me just be infused with this incredible beat, and I can't think in my head anymore. I'm just experiencing in my heart and in the moment, and it makes me realize that everything's okay because I'm talking about failure. So if I fail, then I'm just a living example of everything I espouse. So I better fail today or else I can't actually talk about it in truth.
And in the workplace, are there any games, or are there any drills or exercises that you recommend to get employees out of their head and into their heart and to release creativity, it sounds like?
I mean, we've done an exercise actually at our company, and we call them playful life chats, where we've actually had a group of employees and we talk about the things that brought us the most joy in childhood. So again, it's going back to childhood where we are not in our heads, we are in our hearts, and we are playing and experiencing, and they're trying to recreate those things that brought them joy so that we can keep them in our lives even as adults. That's what happens is as we become adults, we get less in our hearts and we become more in our heads with responsibility. So the goal is to become more in our hearts and play and experience joy more often, and then we'll get used to it.
Great. Well, from my heart, this is Seth Bernstein for PR News. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay.